Good morning. I'm Stacey Abate, and I'm here to speak on behalf of both your Board of Governance and the Stewardship Committee and Campaign. So in that vein, along those lines, I want to talk to you about giving as a spiritual value along the lines of show me your budget and I will show you your values. We have spent the last several weeks talking about our stewardship campaign and thinking and discussing how we can make the world and our shared Monmouth County community a better place. Many of us are working on immigrant rights. Today's collection, Share the Plate, was for Casa Freehold. Gun violence prevention, a lot of us were outside yesterday. I don't know where else everybody else was, but it was a little chilly in Red Bank. Climate change, food insecurity, and on and on and on. We are all doing a lot. And we talked, a lot of great themes came out of our stewardship conversations, whether you joined us for a pancake breakfast, or our cocktail party, or last week's dialogue. Thank you for your participation. But we also need our annual budget to fund us internally. We had less conversation about that. Besides Sunday morning coffee and nursery, we have 4 part-time and 2 full-time staff. That makes us employers. We are responsible for our staff. It is our duty to be good employers. The UUA has established guidelines and salary scales based on the area of the country, New Jersey versus Mississippi, by job title and length of service. They include minimum, midpoint, and maximum salary ranges. Some years ago, our board was pleased that they were finally able to pay all of our staff at a minimum level. It was challenging to get there, and our board was right to be pleased about it. But now it's some years later, and we are still not paying a single staff member at the mid-range. Some of our part-timers are particularly low based on their years of service. Some have been with us like 8 years or so. Now here's the thing. Maybe you haven't noticed, but 100% of our staff is female. And we, as employers, tacitly agree to pay them at the minimum level. That means as we go out and fight for 15 and preach equality and equity and feminism and hashtag #MeToo, we also agree to minimally pay our 100% female staff. These women live in this expensive area with us. They all have children and families. Several of them are single moms with kids in college. These women are the face of our congregation. They welcome us and lift us up on Sunday mornings. We entrust our children to them. We call them in an emergency, and they show up. They also run this place, answer the phones, and are generally responsible for the care and feeding of all of us. And we all pay them at the minimum level. At last week's stewardship conversation, several people told me I only needed to clearly explain what we needed the money for, and the money would come. A few congregants suggested that we, as a board, hadn't been very clear about specific line items that need money. So let me be clear. Our personnel line item takes up the largest portion of our budget, and it is underfunded. There were several years when our staff either did not receive raises or received a minimal 2% cost of living. Pledges make up the largest share of our income, almost 80%. Personnel makes up the largest share of our outgo. Now listen, I have kids, my mother is sick, I have household calamities. And I understand that some of us cannot give what we would like, and that's okay. All are welcome here. But for those who can, please pledge if you haven't, and consider increasing your pledge if you have. When was the last time you increased your pledge? Did you just fill out the form without really thinking about it? So please think about it. Think about the women that are here for you. In the spirit of community, think about giving a little bit more to cover those who can't this year. I think that we can all agree that as a group, our staff are invaluable to us. I would like us to pay them at least closer to their value and have an annual budget that is truly reflective of our shared values. Thank you. There are pledge forms in the lobby.